Hi, this is Dan Phillip with Workforce Wisdom, and it's called Start at the Funeral to Find Life. No, I'm not a pastor, a preacher, or even a chaplain, and I've never spoken or conducted a funeral in all my life. But I was told on a Tuesday that a family requested I do their dad's funeral on that coming Saturday. I was faced with the unknown. What do you do? How do you put together a eulogy, and what is the order of a funeral service? Didn't know any of these things, but I had a lot of questions and I didn't have very many answers. I don't know how to conduct a funeral, for God's sake. Well, one day after I was asked to do that funeral, my aunt passes away, and I was asked by my family if I could do her funeral on that next Tuesday. I've never officiated a funeral, and I just wanted to say no because it would make my life easier. But I said yes to both. I was asked to lead something I knew nothing about. It disrupted my life. I had to investigate the unknown and learn as quickly as I could. I needed to talk with the family members of both of those who passed away because I didn't know either one well. So where do you start? I started with the Stephen Covey technique of begin with the end in mind. I had to adapt to the unknown and navigate my way through something that I had no experience, no idea, and much apprehensiveness. It took me to leadership in 2022, where adaptation or adapting may be the single biggest transformation every leader must choose to do. We as leaders need to adapt to the situations, the people, and the changes that are going on around us at such a rapid pace. This type of adaptive change challenges us, but we too must challenge those around us. Transformational leadership is what is needed in today's world of the unknown in which we live. We don't know what's coming around the corner. We must challenge people's patterns of thinking and the way they do things. We must challenge their beliefs, their philosophies, and even their values and vision, if they even know what it is. The temptation for a lot of us, for many people, when we face the unknown is to say no, because it's easier and it's too disruptive. Perhaps the single biggest challenge that we have, a leader has, and we must face, is our own busyness and then the busyness of those on their team, their staff, or in their employment. We're really busy, but the journey that most of us are on is the one to catch our own tails. We go round and round the room like a dog trying its hardest to catch something they already have. Transformational leaders must challenge those patterns, those habits, and those traditions that we have built up in our lives, in our companies, and we have to drive change. We have to be disruptive. But many leaders today are afraid to be disruptive. They don't want to challenge people. What might happen? What I learned from conducting those two funerals is that people don't fear change as much as they think they do. It's losing something they don't want to lose that is even the bigger problem. In fact, I would say people want change, but transformational leaders must first earn their trust and help their team members mitigate those potential losses. Before you can expect to drive change in others, you must drive change in yourself. Most people are, or think they are, pretty good about assessing others. All the while, we do a poor job of assessing ourselves. If you want to be a transformational leader or an adaptive one and be able to lead through the unknown, there's three things that we must do first. The first person that needs to change is me. I need to admit that I have patterns and I have habits and values that need challenged. Your busyness may not be effective or adaptive in nature. Someone once said, looking back on my life, seems like I faced one obstacle after another, with me being the biggest obstacle. 2, be trustworthy before you expect others to trust you. Talk straight. Follow through on the things that you say that you're committed to. Be consistent in your actions, in your speech, your policies, and your expectations. And 3rd, listen, ask questions, and learn from others. Go out of your way to understand the people you lead or the people you want to lead. And if you do this, you will learn, you'll build healthy relationships, and earn respect. Today's world of COVID and labor shortages, the lack of leadership, and the rapid pace of change that we are faced with, we have very few answers, but if we are willing to listen, lose, and collaborate with one another, the world seems to be less daunting, and we find more answers to our questions, and success becomes possible.